homestanding Wasps of Emory and Henry against the visiting Big Blue of Bluefield State. Tonight is the Play for K game. That's P-L-A-Y, the number 4, and K-A-Y. It's the breast cancer awareness game hosted by every women's basketball team in the country to raise awareness and funds for cancer research, named after the legendary Kay Yow, who coached at NC State and battled breast cancer until her death in 2009. So tonight you will see some pink. If you're watching on GoWasp.com, you'll see some pink around the arena here. And I don't know why we have paused here. Normally we get ready and go right into the national anthem, then the starting lineups, and we seem to have paused for some reason here, so I'll just keep going. Let me give you some keys to the game. Emory and Henry played Bluefield State earlier in the season in January the 13th and came away with the 77-65 victory at Bluefield State. They have one common opponent. They both played Salem, West Virginia. Emory and Henry lost in overtime by 3, and Bluefield State lost in regulation by 2. So it should be a pretty evenly matched contest tonight. Keys to the game for Emory and Henry on offense: to take care of the basketball. According to Coach Dickens, settle down and run the offense once we get past their full court pressure, and look to go inside and out. For defense for Emory and Henry, defend the 3, rebound, and get back in transition. We also have with us tonight a group of young basketball girls in attendance. The 2 3rd and 4th grade girls basketball teams from Damascus are here. They're called the Junior Cavs. If you're watching on GoWasp.com, you see them standing behind the Emory and Henry women's basketball bench. There's 18 girls, and these girls are finishing up their season this week. Coach Beth Delp says, we're very fortunate to have been invited to come out and cheer for the Wasps tonight. So they've made signs, and they are here to support the Emory and Henry women's basketball team here. So it's a fun night here at Emory and Henry. There are going to be some things associated with Play for K. One of the things to know about is that to raise funds, Emory and Henry women's team is taking part in a free throw challenge that starts this week. You can make a pledge, just a one-time donation, or pledge a certain amount for all of the free throws that they will make in the month of February. The money goes to the Kay Yow Cancer Fund. And to donate, you can go to the Emory and Henry women's basketball pages or content on social media. You can also go to pledgeit.org. That's pledgeit.org, and search for Emory and Henry. It'll take you straight to their Play for K free throw challenge page, where you can make your secured financial donation to that. Kay Yow, as I said, was the coach at North Carolina State. She was a head coach for 38 years with 737 career wins. She went to the Final Four. She was in 20 of 27 NCAA tournaments. She was a coach of the Olympic team that won the gold medal. And she's only the 3rd women's coach in NCAA Division I history to coach 1,000 games with one program. That's at NC State. She was only the 5th woman at that time inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Of course, she's a member of many, many halls of fame. So that's a little bit of background information about the Play for K game. Kay Yow was quoted as saying when she was diagnosed with breast cancer, was treated, and then had a recurrence of breast cancer years later. She is quoted as saying, when life kicks you, let it kick you forward. And that the biggest obstacles also provide the biggest opportunities. Every minute in the United States, a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer. So breast cancer awareness and work to provide treatment for breast cancer is one of the key components of the Play for Kay events. This year's Kay Yow Play for Kay logo features the number 15. This year, the organization plans to award 15 grants of $50,000 to help underserved women gain access to quality health care. So the Play for Kay 15 initiative is in celebration of the 15th anniversary of the Play for Kay Cancer Fund, or the Kay Yow Cancer Fund, but also to give those 15 grants of $50,000 to deserving organizations that help underserved women. That's one of the key differences in cancer survival is early diagnosis, and many women don't have access to that because they don't have access to quality health care. All right, so we're still delayed here. I have no idea what's going on. See if I can find out. Why are we not starting the game? Nobody here seems to know. Well, I've just about given you all my rundown here. Let's talk about Emory and Henry's women's last game. They played at Montreat on February the 5th. That was last Saturday. Okay, well, I can't really for the radio station. So, did we know what's going on?
Just not on the air.
Okay, all right. So they played last Saturday at Montreat and won 73-44. Emory and Henry led at the end of the first quarter, 16-12. In the second quarter, Montreat trimmed the deficit to 2, and then Emory and Henry went on a 14-0 run into halftime. After halftime, Emory and Henry went on a 17-0 run after that, making it a total 31-0 run to jump out to a 56-23 advantage. In other words, they just busted the game wide open there and led by as many as 35 late in the third period and several times in the fourth quarter. Briley Jones from Greenville, Tennessee, had 15 points, going 6 of 11 from the field. Senior Alexis Hoppers had 12 points. Freshman Emma Santoro with 10 points, and junior Amaya Lee had 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. That was Emory and Henry's women's last contest. That was last Saturday at Montreat. So back to Kay Yow, and again, I can't tell you because I don't really know what the delay is. After Kay Yow passed away in 2007, Nike took out this full-page ad in the newspaper in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'll read it to you if I can do it, excuse me, without choking up. Look what you did, Sandra Kay Yow. Look what you did. You know, you could have been a librarian like you started out to be, maybe the greatest librarian with the highest on-time return rate of any librarian with a 38-year tenure ever. You know what? What happened to teaching English, Coach? By now, you could have taught thousands of students to write and speak with your gentle Southern drawl. What happened to all of that, Coach Yow? Instead, young women from North Carolina to Bucharest to Moscow to Mexico to Caracas to Taipei to Brazil to Seoul to Los Angeles think they can do anything in basketball or otherwise because of you. What have you done? Coach Yow, you forsook all others and took the young women of North Carolina State as your surrogate children for 34 years. What you taught them and us can't be placed in any category as simple as English or basketball. You gave us so much more. You gave us you. You battled with something tough, Coach. We know it. And you battled it like a dignified superhero with the ability to take decades of pain and fighting and turn them into the strength and power other people need. Like any pro, you put the needs of others before your own. You did it with a smile. You did it with your hands on your hips. You did it with your red coach's cape flapping in the wind. You're a wonderful and extraordinary lady, Sandra Kay Yow. And when we say wonderful, we mean wow. And when we say extraordinary, we mean extraordinary. And when we think of those pink ribbons, we think they should be like a blanket that covers everyone and shields us and reminds us to be wonderful, extraordinary, dignified, powerful, and strength-giving heroes just like you. So that was the full-page ad that Nike took out, placed in the Raleigh newspaper on the passing of Coach Kay Yow from North Carolina State. All right, I'm going to take a break for a second here. Anthony, you want to come back to the radio station, play some music while I find out what's going on here, while there's a delay, and I will let you know when we're ready to start things back up here. Is that okay, Anthony?
Yes, ma'am, it is. We will now be playing some music until the game resumes.
All righty, thank you. We'll come back to Bob Johnson Court in just a moment.